Okay, well that's good, because if I go out to Todd and we go out to a bar and there's some arsehole in the bar, right, and we end up getting in a fight, which at my age I don't want to, but if we do, uh, we're going to punch each other in the face, whatever. It's all going to be over in a minute. The worst case scenario is you're going to have a black eye, you might miss a tooth or something, and you go home and you're going to forget about it. But but if you have a gun and you shoot somebody, then that's going to affect you for the rest of your life, and that's where I think guns, like guns shouldn't be around, you in public.
Oh,
Okay, I've restarted the stream on a new stream channel. It'll take a while for people to get back to us. It did restart, but it went restarted into a blank one, and I've just now rescheduled under the whole thing. So it'll take a while for people to come back.
that's all right. It's a good. Sorry, was it?
That's right. We didn't lose the internet connection. It's a YouTube issue. That's what caused it to go down. But
I thought I spoke out of turn, but I was asking a serious question. It's like if me and any of these guys go out, including yourself, Wazza, if we all go out for a beer one night, we get a bit crazy and we probably get a bit stupid, and somebody reacts to us, then we're going to get in a fight. Somebody's going to punch me or I'm going to punch them. No big deal. We're going to wake up feeling like shit in the morning. However, in America, in Texas, if you got a gun and you think the guy that's like pissing you off is a big dude and you don't want to mess with him, you might want to pick out your gun and shoot him, and that's going to affect the rest of your life and the rest of his life. That's where I disagree with guns.
Well, I have found. Sorry, bud.
yeah.
No, go ahead, Todd. No, well, again, that goes back to the fact that it's not the gun; it's the person who uses it.
Yeah, you say that, Todd, right? So, Todd, let's say you and I, we go out for a few beers, right? Having a good time, you and me, buddies, right? And some other guy comes up to you and me and says, you guys are a-holes or whatever, and he wants to fight you or fight me, okay? And you know he hasn't got an arm on him, he's not armed. He could punch you, he could kick you, or whatever else. But let's say you feel threatened and he's going to punch you or kick you, and you know it's going to hurt because we've all been hurt before. But he has a gun, and he decides, well, actually, Todd, you're a big guy. I'm just going to shoot you. Or Todd, you think, well, I don't want to get kicked in the face again. I've been kicked in the face before. I'm going to shoot you. How do you stop yourself doing that when you have a weapon? If you don't have a weapon, you got several choices. You can punch him. You can walk away. But if you've got a gun, you've got a lot of power there.
Yeah, it's a really tough one. It depends on situation. It depends on state of mind of the combatants, even.
Well, I said to you that we're drunk. We're in a bar. Some guy wants to punch you in the face. You've got a gun. He doesn't. You don't want to get punched in the face. What are you going to do?
Well, you can't have a gun when you're drinking. That's part of the reason I don't drink.
But you can't drive when you're drinking, but people do.
Yeah, but you lose all your rights to self-defense with a gun the moment you have a drink. It's in every law book. There's no way around it. Everybody who's ever had to get a concealed weapons permit, and I can only speak from someone who carries a licensed concealed weapon.
Right.
I've never been the guy who just kind of Mexican tucked it in my waistband and went out with the boys. It just, it's just stupid. But when you carry a gun, you go out of your way to avoid having yourself in that kind of a situation. It puts you in a certain mindset, and it's, I can only speak for someone who lawfully carries a gun, believes only people who lawfully, follow these rules should be allowed. But, you carry yourself differently. You don't put yourself in situations, and you stay away from alcohol.
All right. So let's say you and me, we meet in a bar, and I don't know you, right? We meet in a bar. Let's say I'm a bigger guy than you. I'm not, but let's say I am, and I threaten you, and you got a gun, and I don't. All I want to do is punch you in the face because I don't like you, right? You
Yeah.
might, because you have a gun, you might think, well, I don't want to fight this guy. I'm just going to pull out my gun and shoot him.
Well, then don't go around punching people who might have a gun.
Yeah. But then that's back to the person. It's not back to the gun. It's back
Yeah,
to the
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it's loose-minded people who.
yeah, don't put yourself in a situation where someone may shoot you. I believe in armed society as a polite society. I don't go around giving the finger to everybody because I don't feel like getting shot.
Right.
You know, it's just say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and have a great day, sir.
Yeah, but in England, where I'm from, you pretty much guaranteed nobody's going to have a gun. They might have a knife. So if
Yeah.
you get in a fight in a bar with somebody in England, the chances are you're going to get punched. And the chances are, if they don't punch you, you're going to punch them. In America, though, it's different. Because you better be really polite, because somebody might just pull out a gun, like I have right here, and shoot you. And I don't think it's right for everybody to carry a gun. That's my
No,
point.
it doesn't. And as someone who's been shot and stabbed, it sucks. You don't want to be in that situation. I mean, I got a bullet hole right here from a 38. Cracked my wrist. I ended up in a brace for 18 months. And I got where somebody tried to put a switchblade into my face, went through my hand, and I got a slash upside the rib where half my guts were spilling out because I got slashed in a bar fight.
Yeah.
I worked in bars though, so
Right.
yeah.
Occupational hazard, as they say. Yes.
Yeah, it's cutting my teeth, basically.
But I think I'm with Titus. It is that the people, and the people is the problem, because
Yeah.
like I just think in today's society, there is this level of personal space, and the media has forced down our throat this ideal that your personal safety is so important, right? That we're just wrapped up in these cotton wool bubbles that really are quite unhealthy for the psyche. We are not taught today about how to properly rear children, because mother and father are out to work, right, leaving your kids at home, or leaving your kids with some sort of supervision, right? Who are these people that are supervising? They've been brought up in a gainer society where their mental stability, could be called into question as well. What happened to the family unit, over the last 50 years? The whole collapse of society is imminent, based on the fact that nobody wants to take personal responsibility anymore. And this is where I think it all falls back to the fact that we've got 7.5 billion people on this planet, and really the planet needs to be sort of purged to maybe a couple of billion, because the 7.5 billion is just not working. We are a virus on this planet, and a few smart people. A few smart people see it, but unfortunately, if I go to that movie Idiocracy, it's the dumb ones that are breeding. And if you've ever seen the movie, you've got to check it out. It's getting closer and closer to that movie every day, and it's just cringeworthy. I'm glad I've only got maybe 15 to 20 years on this planet, because I don't think I could cope. I'm likely to get a gun and just go and shoot everybody up. If it continues this way, survival of the fittest.
Well, my personal opinion is that the average person, all of us here on this chat thing, should not be allowed to carry guns. I think that if we go to a bar and we have an altercation with somebody else, it should be like fists, and everybody goes home with a black eye maybe, or whatever. But we shouldn't be able to carry guns. I think the police should carry guns. I think the military should carry guns. And I don't think we, as the general population, should be able to carry guns, in my opinion.
Well, I disagree.
That's
You do.
right.
And it was-
That's the whole idea, is where we can all agree to disagree, and it comes down to our own personal reality tunnel. It's probably the best word. It's just how you've grown up.
Mass murderers in the world have always been police and governments. Why would you be comfortable with them being the only people who are armed? Only reason why ours is kept in line is because there's enough of us. We can fight back if we wanted to. We keep checks and balances.
Yeah, but when talking about fighting against the government, I mean, I'm talking about you.
The only
My friend.
people who can have guns is the government and the police. That is fascism. It's just, I don't agree with it.
So you think,
Well,
you
it's an
think I'm
interesting
wrong?
topic.
My
Yeah.
Well,
grandfather
it's not
was
about being
murdered
right or
by
wrong.
the South Korean government because he was a reporter and they didn't like what he said. I will never be comfortable with a government being the only ones to have guns.
Yeah, Bob's sort of saying there, plastic bags apparently kill more people in Thailand than guns. Just ask Ferrari Joe. You're funny. bit of a light-hearted look. We do have some light-hearted articles to move into, of course.
Let's change the subject. Good idea, Wazza.
Let me see if I can find it on the screen here and sort of get this up on. Where I introduce live stream suggestions. Okay, this is one that Todd found for me. Let's bring it over here, and let me sort of get something. What am I going to do here? How am I going to present this with the guys on screen? Sort of Streamlabs on our streaming. Let me just bring that down into a window. There we go. So
started off with the Anzac situation.
So BuzzFeed here. So Todd's found this interesting article. I don't know if I can actually make this one stay on top. Can I? It's just one of those sort of things on Discord. They don't get to stay on top. But yes, 22 times Australian newspapers had the most bizarre headlines on the planet. I don't know. You want to take over on that one there, Todd?
Well, I can't really see the streaming because I'm looking at the YouTube, so it's a little bit delayed. But yes, that is an actual Australian spider. They can actually grow to the size of the palm of your hand, those things. So I think this one was in Perth from memory. An arachnophobic person was screaming so loud that "Why won't you die? Why won't you die?" That the neighbours actually called the police, thinking he was actually killing someone in his house. So, and this was a news headline. This made the front page of the paper at that time. So we're talking about bizarre news headlines here, guys. This is stuff that actually made the front page. So. And what normally happens with front pages, the local TV stations then pick it up again and sort of pick on it. So I don't know what the next one is, was it? So I can't.
That's right. That's right. So that was the Australian woman screaming at spider. Australian man screaming at spider. Why don't you die? Yeah, I do remember the article coming out a little while ago. That was a sort of number two. Then there was the idea, which definitely came up after the couple of drinks. Police search for motorised picnic table. Drivers seen travelling through Perth. I need to share this back to the guys as well. So,
that happened. They were, from memory, they were a group of TAFE students that were doing their mechanic apprenticeships, and they got bored having a few cold beverages on a hot weekend and decided to turn their picnic tables into cars.
Yeah.
And cruised up and down the local neighbourhood. Made the front page. I mean, also shows how ingenious the Aussies are. We can turn anything into something that's motorised.
This is Aussies for you. This is Aussie life, you know. We don't run around with guns. We motorise picnic tables and drink. Number
it also
three.
makes it easier to go to the next drive-through, so you don't have to get off your picnic table. You can actually drive through the next bottle or pick up your next drinks and drive out again. And we're not forward coming backwards with being honest about what we think of people. This is the Fraser Coast, and to let people know where the Fraser Coast is, it's midway.
Yep, and we've lost. What's going on there?
He froze up.
You froze up there, Todd. That's right. I think he's back now. You back now? Yep.
So this is
Yeah,
sort of Florida Keys area.
That's right. So where are we? So yeah, Fraser Coast Chronicle. Get your Anzac coin with today's paper. Drunk motorcyclist caught at 173 kilometres an hour, which is like 105 miles an hour for those Americans, during peak school time on a busy road. Dead set dickhead, full steering. Just the front page. Yeah, dead set dickhead. Yeah, it was number.
We get that here too.
Yeah. Number 4. In fact, we had a good 3-month period where every paper was calling lockdown breakers COVIDiots. Catastrophic danger. Protesters ignore the police and health chief. Dire virus warnings. COVIDiots. Number 5, sort of the. Speaking of which, around the time there was a lot of TP toilet paper shortages, leading to headlines like "Big W shopper tasered by police in toilet paper fight." I do remember that one. It cracked me up. That's it. I didn't want to read these because of the fact that unfortunately I can't keep a straight face watching this shit.
No.
You guys sound just as ridiculous as we do. So.
You have a sense of humour.
There's a bonkers story which probably came about after the bloke realised K-San wasn't on the system. Man destroys karaoke machine with the shovel. Is still on the loose, right? K-San, it's a Cold Chisel song, right? So he's at the pub, can't find Cold Chisel's K-San, so he goes and destroys the karaoke machine. That is just so Australian.
I can't blame him. I worked in a bar and I wanted to destroy the karaoke machine all the time.
Number 7, and on the topic of wild nights, we present Best man left bleeding after being hit in the head by a flying dildo.
Let me just say, these are real newspaper front pages. These aren't piss takes or anything. These are real. These are actual real.
They're not, of course. They're not the big 4 newspapers. These are like NT, Northern Territory News. So it's a small subject, and I don't know if there's any comparison to American papers. But yeah, they're obviously looking for space to sell advertising. in Northern Territory, that'd become nothing happens in Northern Territory apart from long road trains and. The occasional abbo sort of drinking beer drinking metho down the local park. That's about the top news article you'll get out of Northern Territory. So I guess a dildo becomes a big story.
I'd be upset with my face there with that headline and never live that down.
Surely,
at least with these, there's no pointing. Okay. With these,
well, yeah, they don't get me started with the pointing here. Surely this one has to have come out of the Noob Scoop lost a bet, right? Yeah. So this guy, Paul John Phelps, change my name to Noob Scoop White for all private business and legal purposes, and request that persons to designate the address next to them sign Noob Scoop White. What, 5 years ago?
Wazza, I got a question for you, mate.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of channels out here on in Thailand. So who do you like? No, there is, mate. Todd, I know you're laughing, mate. I'm laughing.
No, I'm
too.
just looking at the next. I'm looking at the next news headline. That's what I'm doing.
Well, actually, if there's that fucking Excuse me. If it's that funny, Wazza just lost his. If it's that funny, maybe you should go ahead. I was going to ask Wazza. Wazza, I watch a lot of channels. I'm here in America. I watch a lot of channels on YouTube. What is your favourite channel?
Well, I've only got to go to, you've only got to go and have a look at my history, YouTube, and then I look at my history. What do I watch? Okay, apart from Netflix, okay, it's my channel, come on, blah, 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 okay, history. I'm not scared to talk, show you what I watch, okay. There's a video on The Witcher, That's the game I've been playing.
What Thailand channels do you like to watch? I watch Ride for Kicks. If you watch that, but
we were talking about holistic trainer the other day. So we were talking about clickbait. The only reason this guy here has got zero personality. How he's got, how many subscribers on his channel? Like 300,000 subscribers, because he sticks his girl in front of pretty much every thumbnail. We were talking about clickbait, but the guy has got zero holistic trainer. He's got better over the years, but I suppose we all get better. If we're talking about clickbait, so there's a Veritas, 3.9 million views on that video about clickbait. And Jason Rupp, somebody mentioned, this guy here. We were talking about how many Thailand vloggers, are over 20,000 subscribers. And this guy here, Jason Rupp, he did 40 odd videos while he's in Thailand, and he's got 350,000 subscribers on his channel. He was one of the. We're thinking about doing these topics for the channel. What else have you got there? Moonfall. That's a new video. I don't watch Thai channels. I think Foreigner Joe. There's a couple of language things there. Foreigner Joe is one. Who else do I watch? My mate.
You watch CB Media?
No, I don't watch him.
Yeah, me neither.
Yes, there's Tiger, good Foreigner Joe. What else is there? How
about the Richard channel?
No, don't watch him. What else is there? Most of my stuff is gaming stuff. Yeah, Hey Kid is Dad. I really enjoy watching his channel. He's only a very small channel, but he's not mainstream. It's it's just my thinking. I grok what he talks about, if you know what I mean. What else is there? There's Bangkok Pat, when he puts a video out every so often. I watch him, but I just don't watch Thailand channels. I live in Thailand. I don't need to watch Thailand, if you know what I mean. It's
right.
What happens in Pattaya stays in Pattaya. What happens in Hua Hin stays in Hua Hin. There's nobody else doing videos around Nakhon Pathom, which is where I live. And we will get back to our videos of our normal, weekly, restaurant visits or bistro visits. But yeah, I don't give a damn what people think about what I watch them to. This is what I watch. I get no passion to know what CB Media is doing. It's just all sensational bullshit. It's
Never watched it.
No,
but yeah.
neither have I.
Good luck on him. I've got
No.
no issue with the guy, and I've met the guy. I've met the guy personally. I think he's a pretty good guy. Kevin Paradise. This is another small channel which has some interesting stuff to talk about every so often. He was talking about these date palms, which was interesting to me because we were looking at Thai fruit. But that's about it. It's only when I go here. What's YouTube now? The AI is smart enough to know what might take my interest. So this is from my viewing. It doesn't present anything to do with Thailand. It knows that I'm not really interested in Thailand. I live in Thailand, but this is the way that the system works. Edge of the World official trailer. The Witcher, which is the game I've been playing. Veritasium, Jason Rupp, Okay, that's that. He's in Indonesia at the moment. It's only because I just subscribe to his channel to check out the rest of his work, get an idea what he's been doing. Now I do get suggested some people every so often, and I'll go and check them out, and then after I've checked them out, I unsubscribe again. Because it's usually something I don't really find. I don't need to know. They're not helping me with my life. God news.
How about the rest of you guys? Do you watch any other channels apart from Wazza's?
Well, pretty much I just watched Wazza's channel for about 4 years, and recently I started watching Retired Life Problems, Dave over at Got to Love Thailand, and yeah, that's about it. The other guy I watch, he's a traveler. He's staying 30 in a wake up. I watch him, but he just got to Thailand, so.
Yeah, I watched that too. That guy from America.
Yeah.
I think he's a retired Marine or something.
Retired Navy.
Okay.
Master Chief.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I do run this Thailand Vloggers Hub Facebook channel, so I do get to see a fairly wide range, but I get it for the headline, like an exclusive look at the Tree Town's Pattaya Beach Club. Looks fantastic and everything for a great day night out. Thanks for letting me take a look. So this so Danny Batchelor. No, okay. Well, I'm not really interested in Tree Town Pattaya. I won't click on it. But at least I get an idea what's going on. So Thai-tastic has always got something happening. Most of the time, Thai-tastic's doing little walk around live streams. Again, it's in Pattaya. I don't live in Pattaya. Foot massage, okay, so the massage parlours have been opened. Foot massaging is now a thing, right? So somebody's done a video on foot massaging. Yeah, well, good. Don't have an issue with it. It's on my Facebook group. But do I need to watch a video about foot massaging? No. David Found, he was here as of Nakhon Nayok. Yeah, I've been to Nakhon Nayok waterfalls. I don't need to see his opinion. I've been there. You get the idea? That's the thing. I'm seeing the flow of what's happening in Thailand just through the group I manage. I don't need to find out. I don't plan to go to Chiang Mai, right? If I'm going to Chiang Mai, then I might do some research on Chiang Mai. Right now we're in lockdown. We're still in sort of fairly lockdown. Nobody's going anywhere at the moment. The only thing that's going to interest me is the fact that there's a new restaurant open down the road. I don't see that information. I'm going to have to go and investigate that myself. But you get the idea. Because I'm plugged in at that level, I'm seeing what the vloggers who use my group to obviously tell the story of what's happening currently, then all good. I get to see what's going on, and every so often there will be a video. Not interested. What was that one? Peninsula Plaza, New Grand Centre Point, Ratchet. No, okay. So again, I'm not going into Bangkok at the moment. Down in Thailand runs a blog. He's also part of the Thai. What do you call it? They call ASEAN Now forum. Used to be Thai Visa Forum. He's plugged into that. He's part of the news circuit. Content creators. He runs this thing here called the MIE Influencer Program. Basically, it's focused on Thailand. Getting sort of Thailand advertisers. But anyway, so he's allowed to post that sort of stuff. Tony Badger, again, so I don't even know where that is, but it's another holiday resort. I'm not going on holiday, don't need to know. But every so often there'll be something there that piques my interest and I'll go and have a look. 18 plus Pattaya Walking Street, no. But I can see who these people are, I can see what they're doing. This guy who's just recently moved to Thailand. Chris Parker, he does a pretty good channel. He's got a fairly active channel. He retired working for you. Now, I think for somebody who's checking out Thailand to either visit or live here, I think it's a very good channel to probably watch. Watch a couple of dozen videos, get a feel. But again, he's speaking to an audience, right? Who plans to come here. He's not making videos for people who are living here and want to know more. Get the idea? So, although he does a good channel, just hasn't got any interest for me. As an eyes for Owen, it's just plugging his thing. That's my video there. The rains in Pattaya. I always think this is funny, you know, the how much water we get in Pattaya. Oh my God. Would I move to Pattaya? Not when that happens. It happens in Pattaya. It doesn't happen anywhere else. You know, why would anybody choose to live in Pattaya? Oh my God. Get the idea? So, yeah, and of course, you know, I did check that video out because as soon as it came up, you know, I had to go and check it to see how Joe was doing. Poor lad, and he sort of, you know, this is again getting back to the motorcycle issue. You know, he was recently on his scooter. He was going up a steep incline, and he lost power and dropped the bike and got a bit of gravel rash. Now, gravel rash, you know, is one of the worst things to get on a motorcycle because it usually goes quite deep. We have a magic remedy for gravel rash in Australia called Friar's Balsam. Todd would know what I'm talking about with Friar's Balsam, don't you, Todd? Right? Can you, when you come over, bring some because you can't get it here.
Okay.
Right, I want Friar's Balsam just in case I get gravel rash. It would have been great when I burnt my leg on my exhaust. Right, it would have been great to have some of that, you know, because it just puts an instant skin over it, right, and it heals. It heals like magic. Don't have it here. And of course, when I messaged Joe, I said, you know, you need some of this, and he says, get me some too, because he knows what it's about. But yes, so he got gravel rash. He didn't go to the doctor. He wrapped it up himself, and then it got infected. So he had to go and had sort of, you know, had hospitalisation. He had to get the doctors to deal with it, and his foot's all now wrapped up. So he's got a brand new pool in his backyard. Can't swim in it.
Can't use it.
Can't swim in it for 6 to 8 weeks, poor lad. That probably hurts more. But yeah, he had to beep out the swearing when they changed the bandage on that one. It was a great video. I don't know if you haven't seen it, you have to go and check that one out. But yeah, get the idea. This is I get to know what's going on by the people who post in these videos. You know, so. I don't need to plug into the channels. I use my Facebook group. But anyway, moving back along, so we got side. I meant to actually do something else. Where is it? I was going to just do a little plug for those members and Patreons who are part of that special program. Let me just click on that. This came out. I've just put this one up for the private members group. Oh, come on.
So I've just been down to the shop again and had the guys take a look at the exhaust system. Then we've now added a different muffler, one that actually gives a bit more silence. It still has a fairly good flow through. But hopefully it won't wake the neighbours so much these days. But anyway, I think it's looking pretty good. Can't really find anything wrong with it. And of course now, given where your feet go, I won't burn my leg anymore.
That was the problem, is the fact that when you stop at a set of lights, this is exactly where your feet go, and of course the pipe used to bend out this way into a different muffler. And I don't know how many times I've burnt my leg on that piece of shit. Oh my God. I just had to do something about it. 3,500 baht for that. And that'll be one missed call. I've got something coming from Lazada, so they'll be picking that up. They'll be coming here shortly. But yeah, so we've had that reworked. That cost 3,500 baht. I went down to get a price yesterday and to book the thing in. And he said 3,500 baht, and I said, you sure? He says, yeah, mobile. And I'm going, well, when do I bring the book? He says, leave it here now, come back in a couple of hours, you know. I can't believe how, you know, like sometimes we talk about the way things take forever here in Thailand, and then you just can't tell. This is a motorcycle repair shop. They had probably 5 bikes in the shop being worked on at the time when I was down there. I just rock in to get an exhaust pipe change, which requires welding and parts and everything else. Just leave it here. We'll have it done in a couple of hours, and bang, it's done. You get a call up. The worst part of that was trying to get a grab taxi back to the location, which is just down the road. The first grab I booked, I booked a grab taxi, and I'm watching the map on Grab. Car's not moving, right? Then he tries to talk to me, and he calls me, talks to me in Thai, and I said, "Mai Kao Chai, Mai Po Thai," and then he tries to sort of indicate the fact that I have your GPS, or something about his GPS he was talking about. And then he drives in the completely opposite direction. What? The pickup location see him, and he's going west. 5 minutes later, I messaged him, "Where are you going to?" I don't know if it translates for him, but whether he can even read the message. Anyhow, then he just drops the call. He sort of cancels the booking, and it goes back into the queue, and they get another guy who was just across the road from the shop anyway. And again, he must be sitting there, they must have a little bidding war, like as soon as something comes in, they get a notification, it's the first to press the button so they can get the fare, right? And he's probably sitting in his lounge in his wife fronts or something, because like his car, again, didn't move for 5 minutes. It's parked in front of his house. Probably had to get dressed, put his shirt on, put his pants on or whatever. I've got no idea what he was doing. Oh my God. Anyway, he finally gets here and gets me down to the shop, But anyway, that was the worst part about the whole exercise, was getting back to the shop to go and pick my bike up. But yeah, this is Thailand. Great service from some people, and then, absolutely zero service from others. I think we'll talk about this week, the fact there's something to do with Grab. They take 35 or 45% of the fare. Don't really know what the rates, how much the drivers actually get, because the driver invariably wants to sort of cancel the booking once he's got you in the car so that you can pay cash. This is a normal thing with Grab. So get used to that one as well. I don't know how it works. I think the fact that the fees that Grab charge once you're a driver don't make the whole thing worthwhile, and it becomes a bidding war. And if you can get them to drop because I've got my Grab linked up with my Kashikon Bank, so I've got Grab Pay on mine. Means I don't have to carry cash anywhere. But invariably, when I've caught the taxi, they say, "Where are you going to?" "Okay, look, do you want to do cash?" Sort of thing, And I go, "I don't care. I've got cash." If I don't have cash, I say, "Sorry, no cash," and then they'll have to do it via Grab and pay the piper, as they say. But yeah, this is part of Thailand. Every place you go, everything's going to be different. That's what we're here for. This is, if you're living here, this is what you'll have to deal with. If you're living in Bangkok, it'll be different. Like I hear stories from what do you call it? From oh my God, my mates. Anyway, the guys in our coffee shop club, they're always telling me about all the things that they deal with over there, in Bangkok Central, and it's a completely different situation in Bangkok than it is here. And I'm only 30 kilometres out of the city. Getting back to the whole idea, where you plan to live, talk to the people in those areas. That's all we can do. We can't sort of say what it's going to be like, around the next suburb, let alone, what it's like in Phuket. If you want to know Phuket, talk to Sunny. If you want to know Pattaya, talk to Nick. It's NDTVI. He's got a pretty good channel. He's fairly switched on. He'll give you a really good lay of the land. He's been there for a few years. He's had to deal with the whole closing, the pub sort of deal. These are the sort of people I know, and we have got a sort of we have got a known community amongst ourselves. Who's a reliable spokesperson for those areas, if you know what I mean. And that's all I can do, is I can say, look, talk to Nick, talk to Sonny, talk to Rob, on his Facebook about Charm. right now, sort of, we got one of our crew on the ground in Hua Hin, which is Psycho. Now he hasn't been here long, but he's already sort of seeing the fact that Hua Hin completely different to where he went to Cha Am, and that's only 30 kilometres away. Just the lifestyle and everything. This is the way it is. We're just here to give you a foothold. That's all we're here for, just to give you some sort of person you can, leverage if something goes a bit pear-shaped for your first experience, if you know what I mean. Hi Ryan, how's things going? G'day, Thai-Western relationship. Anyway, so are we going to continue with this little thing? We've only got 20 minutes to go. So what was this one here? Article number 9. If this headline wasn't enough, it paired with one of the most Aussie blokes. I can't believe he did the fishing thing, didn't he? What was he? What was he?
No, that's not Steve Irwin. No.
No, what was he in? He was in a sitcom. I can't remember who.
No, I can't remember.
Was it a building program? I can't remember who it was. Yeah, check out my flaps. But this is so Aussie. There's the mud guards made out of thongs.
Well, I've actually seen that before on a taxi cab in Okinawa.
Have you? What, the flip flops?
The flip flop thing as a mud flap thing.
Yeah, we call them thongs in Australia, right? They're not the things that go, replace your Y fronts, but they actually go on your feet. Yeah. Well, we talk about thongs, and we wonder why Americans give us weird look when we talk about our thongs. Hold on, let me get my thong. Let me get my thongs.
Yeah.
What? You're gonna be dressing in a G-string now?
Anyway, I'll be right back and put my thongs on my feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't quite work.
Yeah, you won't find anybody in Australian beaches in thongs, probably apart from me. In a thong, apart from me, I did have a G-string thong when I went swimming. Because no way in the world would I wear a pair of budgie smugglers. That is just so. Oh my God! I'd rather wear a thong than budgie smugglers.
Yeah, it's boardies or skinny. Boardies or skinny.
I wore board shorts, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, moving right along.
Turd splitters, so I never really got into those.
Turd splitters, yeah. But let's face it, if there was one thing an Aussie men's love, it's a good old mullet. The secret to this Olympic sprinter's success is mullet. I don't know, did they have the term mullet in America?
Yes.
That's
and it is live.
Is it the short hair with
in
the
Alabama?
Is
a
it?
lot of people have it. It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, he messed up, pretty messed up. Yeah, but it was an Australian icon in the 70s, and then it got demonised in the 80s. Only the Bogons. Only the Bogons wore a mullet in the 80s. But yeah, New South Wales. Yeah, this is typically Australian. New South Wales surfer headbutts punches shark to escape attack. Only in Australia. Only in Australia.
I don't know. That's what they always told us to do in dive class.
Is that right? No, I don't know what I've never been.
Shark comes at you. Try to punch him in the nose. That's where all of its nerve endings are. It's the most sensitive, and you're most likely to shock them, and they'll leave you alone if you smack them in the nose.
Also, a man who punched kangaroo to save his dog risked his life. Okay.
I have seen that. That is, that was hilarious. The stunned look on that kangaroo's face after he got smacked was priceless.
Okay, who remembers the time that Trump hung up on Malcolm Turnbull, our then dumbass PM Prime Minister, then blasted him on Twitter, calling him the wrong names. Blasted on Twitter while calling him the wrong name. The Turnbull versus Trump. The game of phones. Trump hangs up on Turnbull. President
really
undermines.
Wasn't covered. I mean, I remember hearing about Trump hanging up on him, but I didn't. That's all we heard about it.
Yeah, it was a major news article in Australia. Yeah. Meanwhile,
you've got to read the byline underneath that.
This one, yeah. Yes, yeah. Meanwhile, Northern Territory News, its subheading is the one for the frog struck down by lightning, and a few humans were nearly hit too.
Yeah.
Wow, they must really be struggling to fill out a page.
They're real headlines. I gotta love this one. Gotta love this one.
Yeah, so this one sounds almost too good. You like the Reddit joke, yeah. Army vehicle disappears. An Australian army vehicle worth $74,000 has gone missing after being painted with camouflage. Honestly, really?
Did its job? Did its job? Let's camouflage this army vehicle. Oh, we can't find it now.
Absolutely crazy shit. And this is definitely one of those only in Australia or maybe Florida headlines. Monster crocodile faces off against tiger shark, half its size in the Ord River, Coonawarra. How do you say that? Coonawarra? I have trouble with Australian names as well as Thai names. Coonawarra. Yeah, I think it's Northern Territory, isn't it? I can't remember exactly where it is. Shark versus crocodile in a saltwater river. It does happen. I've seen videos of these sort of face-offs with sharks and crocodiles. But only in Australia or Florida.
Yep.
We're not too sure how this one's set up in legal plea.
Here's one for you, Bubba.
Yeah, he touched my missus.
You're in nightclub.
He touched me, missus, mate.
You touched me, missus, mate.
Yeah. People have died for less in Australia. Come on.
Yeah.
This is a news article, a summary of what to do when you're having a mini life crisis. Children break into radio station, put on a show, eat chicken nuggets and dye hair.
Yep.
That's
good. You like this one, Bubba?
Even Food Reporting Australia looks a little different. The Northern Territory has done it again, presenting the soy sauce martini. Yeah, okay, let's just that'll be Lazada. Swadikap? Yes, I'm home. Yeah, parami saha.
That's your delivery.
That's my so I've got to talk about my Bluetooth microphone. I've actually bought I've got a new one, which is the twin pair one.
It's the one we were talking about the other day.
The Samphonic. So we're now going forward. Videos we'll be doing on Wednesday will both be mic'd up, so we'll have both people on microphones. So it should improve the audio quality if everything works. I spent 8,500 baht. Psycho had a look at it. He thought it worked all right, but I did some YouTube research on these microphones and got good reports. This was the one that we've bought. They reckon it's better priced and better quality than the Rode microphone. So we'll see how it goes. Let's just hope it's compatible with my camera.
Well, your last one did sound really good.
Oh yeah,
when you were speaking and everything. So
yeah, this one sounds good, but it only goes on my neck. So when she's speaking, it's quite distant. It's from the camera point of view. I wanted to get her mic'd up as well, because sometimes you just don't hear what she's saying, and it just cracks me up. And I think we're going to crack a few other people up. So hopefully it'll just again lift in the level. If anybody ever complains about the minuscule pocket money we make from our membership and our live streams and our Patreons, it does get reinvested back into the channel. This pocket money pays for all the new kit. And you're always buying new kit for your videos. Some people sort of say, "Why do you do that?" I said, well, because we do. It's part of the game. Anyway, back to a soy sauce martini with dim sum garlic.
That's just disgusting.
It is.
But it'd probably make a good marinade for pork.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and it really covers both ends. What next? Hardcore vegans take aim at Bunnings' iconic sausage sizzle and demand it cancels a nationwide barbecue to raise money for a bushfire. Because, oh come on, could we have a virus pandemic aimed at ridding the planet of vegans? Honestly,
That would be nice.
That would like honestly, you know. And what gets me is like they're all on this thing, you know, there's vegan burgers and there's all that they don't want to eat meat, but they want to make a vegetable taste like
Exactly.
meat.
Yeah.
Well, just eat meat. You know, what's wrong with eating meat? We are omnivores. We are genetically, you know, predisposed to a diet of meat and vegetables over thousands and thousands of years of evolution, or tens of thousands, 100,000 years of it, and like in the last 30 years, no wonder we're so unhealthy. You've got to eat
The
meat.
problem with vegans is every time they say something, it's I'm a vegan before they say something. It's
Yeah,
like
does that justify?
telling you, I'm a vegan. I'm a vegan.
Yeah,
Status symbol. It's not really a.
Yeah, all I hear is I'm a dumb cunt. I'm a dumb cunt. That's all I hear. Yeah, it's just like really. So that'll deem. Yeah, I've used the C word. Oh my god.
I'm left-handed. I'm left-handed.
Yeah, I'm left-handed. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you know, yeah. I'm sorry if you're vegan out there, all well and good.
Yeah, just don't. You don't have to tell me about it every other sentence.
Yeah, I'm a Discordian.
Yeah.
I'm a Discordian. Like everything, I'm a Discordian. How do you do? You know? Oh my
I'm
God.
an asshole. I don't tell everybody I'm an asshole every 2 sentences. So.
Unless my name's Dennis Leary, and then it's funny as hell.
Okay, Plonk Chardonnay Goon, right? So they're flagging, all right. Plonk Chardonnay Goon, the colourful linguistic history of the way Australians talk about drinking. Do you call those the carton wine? Do you call them goons over there? Do you call it Plonk, Shardy?
I don't even know what that is.
Plonk, Shardy, and Goon. Yeah, go on, Todd.
Wine you can buy in a box, in a bag.
Yeah. Wine in Australia comes in a 2 litre bag or a box.
Inside a box.
Right.
You don't have that.
Yeah, you don't have that? I'm sure you had cardboard de plastique. No? You don't have that stuff over in America? Yeah, you obviously you have
Spent a lot of time in the wine section.
yeah, you haven't
Most
lived.
of the girls I know drink hard liquor, so.
Yeah. And finally, last one. Not sure what's going on here, but promise this isn't a daily occurrence. I bloody hope so. High tackle, kangaroo balls falling from sky nearly hit woman in the head. Don't look. That's a front page article. Honestly.
Yeah. These are front page articles. Yeah. At least they won't drop their balls.
Anyway, oh my God, we just thought we'd have a bit of a fun with that one. There's a couple other things, but we'll do them next week because we're getting pretty close to the end. What was the other one? So another one we're going to talk about motorcycles. There's just a battery technology. We'll talk about EV batteries on motorcycles next week if we've got nothing else to talk about. What else? Algorithm for. Oh, that's right. I found this one an interesting article. There's another article talking about. There's a couple of programmers who are musicians actually wrote a program, and they've actually done every possible 12-note melodical music piece and put it into the public domain, so that what they're trying to do is they're trying to stamp out this constant battle with lawyers, determining the fact that, well, that musical score has been used before, so that person's entitled to their copyright claim. Right, so what they've done is they've wrote a program, anyway, we'll talk about it. They've wrote a program to actually record every possible combination, because what they've basically said to the courts is the fact that music is just numbers. and they've now sort of produced this thing here. They've put it on a digital media. You can download this digital media, and it has every possible 12-note combination in a single octave. Which means that no artist can now claim copyright on anything new. Brilliant idea.
Really?
Anyway, we'll talk about that next week. And the other one we're talking about, sort of why China is limiting online gaming for minors. So there was China's just recently introduced this situation with anybody under the age of 18 can only play video games for an hour on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. That's what you've got to live with in Thailand, in China. Absolutely crazy stuff. Anyway, we were going to talk about that, but as I said, YouTube sort of a bit of stuffed us up today with a break in their transmission quality. I don't know, sort of probably a DOS attacked or something like that. Who knows? We didn't drop out here on Streamlabs, so it wasn't our network connection. It was probably a sort of a major route into their cloud just broke down or something. But anyway. I don't think there's anything else going on. For those who managed to catch the second stream, all well and good. Nothing is totally out of our control when that happens. But I did my best to get it back in a couple of minutes, and you should have got notified. If you didn't have the bell notification, you wouldn't have got the second stream. Don't forget to hit the likes. If you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Look, I'm pretty sure you guys that are watching now are all subscribed. We have got our channel membership, we've got our Patreon, but best still, if you're part of our Discord, you're part of the gang. So get on Discord. It's not hard. Anybody can do it. If you can rub two sticks together, you can get on Discord. Anyway, I'm out of here, so we're going to click on the get end of stream. We'll probably stick around. I've got to go find out where this kit is. I'm pretty sure it'll turn up on the doorstep in 5 minutes' time, but I need to go and get myself a drink and a pee.
Yeah, I need a coffee too.
You need to get a coffee and a pee and everything else. We're out of here. Peace out. Where's my closing screen? Oh, we got a closing screen. Let's get this going. Yep, and
Thanks,
we'll talk to you all next week. Back in a second. No.